What's going on, guys? S2 Whatnot here, making a video kind of sharing my thoughts on cards that I would like to see reprinted in quarter century Stampede. I'm just gonna cut to the chase and start listing some of these. They might be in there already, I don't know. I've done minimal research, but these are cards that I think would be amazing reprints for all types of people, whether you're playing the meta, whether you're into the older formats, or even just a collector. So I'm going to kick it off with Fire King cards. Here recently we saw Dinkabui taking the YCS Birmingham with the Fire King cards. I'm pretty sure people are just scrambling, probably looking to get the 3 of decks, but it would be cool if we got some of those cards in quarter century rarity, you know, kind of bling it out. Maybe we'll see a little bit more representation in this format. Another one is the Bestial monsters. I know that like Druid Swarm's like at $25 right now. It would just be nice to kind of flood the market with a little bit more Bestials, making those a little less expensive, more accessible to, you know, your average person. So that would be a good one. Metal Tronus has become popular here recently. It's shot up to $10. $10 a super. Just another really cool card that, I mean, is used by, that can be used by anyone really to counter any of the meta strategies. Tenyi and Sword Soul would have some, I think it would be really cool to have some cool reprints, maybe push the new Tenyi Sword Soul decks, maybe see a little more representation, even just to collect. Elemental Hero cards. I know Elemental Hero cards have like a lot of support, a lot of reprints, but I would like to see a QCR Shadow Mist, maybe a Miracle Fusion. You know, just really good hero support cards outside of, you know, the usual, which they did, what, Stratos, and I can't even think of anything else really. The old heroes that they did. Another one would be Myriologic Aggregator. It's just one of those supers that's kind of hard to find. That would be nice because a lot of people do run it in the decks nowadays. Haggard Lizardos. This card came out as a common, and I think that it is way overdue for an upgrade just because of its utility or being used. Another one would be White Forest. I know White Forest already has a lot of QCR cards or Sinful Spoils, you know, whatever, but I think that the common cards could be reprinted, you know, make it a little more shiny. That would be really cool, and, you know, that'd be awesome. Kashtira cards would be another one. I was at a card shop the other day, and I still had dude asking for Kashtira cards. Like, it's wild. They've had quite a few reprints, but are still kind of like difficult for accessibility. And so if people are still asking me, I say, why not print some more, you know. Another card would be Chaos Angel. Chaos Angels had like 2 or 3 printings, including the Ultimate Rare, Original, and the one that came in the Mega Tins. But yet people are still often looking for it. Dotscaper. Dotscaper would be a awesome reprint. I think the highest rarity it has right now is Ultra Rare, but I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see one QCR just straight add to my collection because I've loved the Cybers archetype. Hell, even throw in some more Cybers cards like Lady Debug, you know, just keep it going. Another one would be Gaga Cowboy. So I know that they have like rare, and of course you got the premium gold and the ultimate, but how cool would it be to have that in a QCR and then just have it accessible for anyone who's playing cards like Metal Cronus? You know, that'd be awesome. Another one is Trickstar cards. I know, or maybe not yet. They're supposed to be getting support, and so it'd be cool to kind of like do it before it gets here, and maybe people will be running some Trickstar cards, even though they are a pain in the butt to deal with sometimes. And those are pretty much like at least my relevant meta / cool decks that just don't have the rarity upgrades. I'm gonna move on to some of the like older cards, maybe older formats that would be really cool to see. Even though I would not enjoy getting it in a quarter century, I think Crystal Beasts would be a nice some more, because we got Sapphire Pegasus, I know, and Rainbow Dragon, but it'd be nice because I've heard a lot of players tell me like, man, I really want to bling out this deck, but it only comes in so much rarity. And so I feel for people. Everybody wants to. There's always somebody who's gonna want to bling out their deck. Another great one that I would like to see is zombie monsters. And I know you're thinking like, dude, we just got zombie monsters, but we didn't get all the zombie monsters. I'm talking about cards like Mizuki, Gozuki, maybe the Shiranui archetype, just really cool zombie monsters to get reprints so people can have access to them. Black Wings, I know, Edison format, you got your Vayu Turbos, you have just your straight Black Wings, like, let's give them some love, older formats, so they can, if they feel the same way, they want to bling it out, cool. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. I don't understand why this card hasn't gotten a QCR at this point. Like, to me, it's one of those very powerful cards, especially from back in the day, that like if somebody brought it out, it was like almost over for you. You're just like, damn, this dude's gonna reborn another dragon monster again. And I think it's well deserved. The Kawaki Maru Dragon as well, because I know it's used in the Edison formats. I think people would like to have that shiny. Trap Dust Shoot. Trap Dust Shoot, I hear, is kind of a little bit of a hard to get access, and it would be great if we had reprints so it wasn't hard to get for the players, because I feel a lot that if players have access to these cards, it becomes less of a pay to win and more of a skilled player playing the cards, but that's my opinion. Everybody's got one. I might have already mentioned this card with the heroes, but Miracle Fusion would be really cool to see in QCR. I know it's a part of some of the combos for elemental heroes, and I myself would like to collect it. Quick Draw Synchron. That's also one of the older decks. I mean, it's not like super amazing, but it is part of the strategy for the the quick draw whatever deck for the older format. That would be really cool to see. Dandelion, I would like to see that in QCR. It was a very powerful card back in the day, and I think still is in the older formats. So some other cards that I did want to mention are going to be cards for like straight collectors that, I mean, I didn't do full research into whether these cards got QCRs or not, but feel free to share with me what QCRs you would like to see, and maybe some that I missed, because can't get them all. So I'm gonna go on to the collecting ones. I would say like the Harpy Ladies cards. Last time I checked, there weren't very many, or if there were any, in QCR. Really, you got the Harpy Lady Sisters, Elegant Egotist, just the classic cool cards that you would see in the original anime. One personal to me that was like my boss monster in a way. I built my deck around him, was Total Defense Shogun. I would love to see him in Stampede. One card that I haven't heard people mention a lot, and it was very, very powerful card, is Tyrant Dragon. Tyrant Dragon was so disgusting. Anytime that my opponent would bring it out, I would feel like it was pretty much over. Ring of Destruction. Like, why have we not gotten this QCR yet? This card is so amazing. From way back in the day. I mean, it still can be to this day. If you want to inflict damage, if, you got higher life points or whatever. Maybe your opponent's got low life points. Like, hit them with the Ring of Destruction, and if they have a pay to activate cards effects like Malice or can't think of the name, and that's the deck I play, Punk. If they play those decks, once you get them so low, they can't activate those effects anymore. Like, it's a dangerous game at that point. No matter how much they can gain back. The Sacred Beasts. I know people would love to see the Sacred Beasts because we've got the God cards. That's an easy one. Reckless Greed. I know it's like a weird card, but it was really, how do you say it? It's a really techie card in some situations that would allow a player to win just by getting those extra draws, and I think it's cool. It'd be a nice reprint to see. Another one that I would love to see is Ancient Gear. I remember playing Ancient Gear Magical Hats, kinda. It wasn't like fully that, it was just, you threw in the magical hats. They don't do it anymore this way, but it was just a fond memory for me. So I would love to see like Gear Town, Ancient Gadgetron Dragon, maybe even the one that's a super, I don't know what it's called. Get a reprint for people who play those decks, because people do play them. I went to a regional that got stomped out by an Ancient Gear player. I wasn't expecting it, of course, so that's how it happened. But I think it would be cool to give them a little bit of love. But that pretty much covers everything I could think of and write down in a short amount of time. I'm hoping to get some more videos out soon, doing different things. Maybe playing some formats that I build. But we'll see. I'm gonna try to do what I can. And if you like this video, please follow me, give it a thumbs up, recommend it to maybe another person and tell them, hey, what do you think about his ideas on the reprints? And let's just grow together as a community. But yeah, I think that is all of my reprints that I would like to see. Please put yours down below, and once again, thank you for dropping by.